and a pleasant afternoon to you wherever you may be. Pickerington Central High School here in Pickerington, Ohio, home of the Pickerington Central Tigers. I'm Hayden Millikan, Dylan Euler, my producer here this afternoon, where the Eastern Eagles will take on the 22-5 West Jefferson Roughriders. West Jefferson coming in from the Ohio Heritage Conference, of course the Eagles in the SEC2. West Jeff ended up capturing a share of the conference title, the Ohio Heritage Conference, and move the camera back. And looks like just taking infield right now are the Eastern Lady Eagles. Eastern just getting a little bit of practice and some warming up. West Jeff has already done some warming up, and pardon me as the umpires come in, we're just wanted to move back one of our cameras, which is what we are doing right now. And of course we are positioned just to the right of the dugout, just beyond the first baseline, and if anything, I'll have a good angle at where some of these foul balls may land. I know they don't do instant replay in high school softball, but if they so chose to, we would have the cameras available here this evening to do so. So again, Eastern right now doing some warm-ups. They wanted to come on a little bit early. The game is scheduled to start at 2 p.m. The time as it stands right now, according to the watch, 1:44, so we're about 16 minutes or so from the start of this one. This is the first of two games being played today at Pickerington Central. The second game will feature another Southeast District team, Lucasville Valley, as they take on Sugar Creek Airway. Just a little bit, we'll take a look at some of the other Division 6 games that are scheduled to take place here, not only the local area, but across the entirety of the state. In Sweet 16, the winner from here moves on to the regional finals. The regional finals move on to state Final Four competition over at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio. So Eastern warming up here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of these matches. We talk about the two being played here between West Jefferson Eastern and then Lucasville Valley and Garaway. Margaretta has already picked up a win. They will take on Lincoln here. That game will take place tomorrow. Looks like they were actually able to get their game in yesterday. This was scheduled for yesterday. However, the Elements had another idea. Most games in our area, and all of our broadcasting games, got canceled due to rain, and the majority of them are made up today. Patrick Henry again was the team who lost to Lincoln here. Pittsburgh, the team who lost to Margaretta. That's a 6-1. Lincoln's usually get up a 2-0 shutout win. Games are set to take place today as Tri-Village takes on Fayetteville Perry, and Ada takes on Danville. Looks like a couple other games were able to take place yesterday as well. Dalton over Rome Hillsdale, and Mogador over Orleans. Dalton and Mogador will move on as well. So we got 4 games total taking place across Division 6, not only in the Southeast District, which is our main coverage area, but just throughout the entirety of the state of Ohio. Take a look here, Fayetteville Perry, for example, but that is in the Southwest District, not terribly far from where our area cuts off. They're in the Southern Hills, just right along the cutoff line. But also, taking a look now, at West Jefferson, we're going to have lineups and a couple other things coming your way. We're going to go ahead and get to that right now. We're going to give the West Jefferson lineup. West Jeff is coming in against 22-5 on the season. They won their conference, the Ohio Heritage, the division they're in of the Heritage Conference. Looks like for them, batting first, leading off and playing shortstop will be Hayden Millikan. She is a senior. And then from there, batting and playing second base is going to be Burgett. That is, if I try to name here, Maya Burgett. She'll be hitting second, and then pitching is going to be number 11, Jenna Mann. Hitting after that, coming out the 7th spot in left field is going to be number 9, Messer. Macklin Messer, that's who it is. And then from there, passing is going to be Curry, Hayden Curry, number 23. Then playing out in first base is going to be McBrayer, number 7, England McBrayer. Talking to it, flipping back and forth between the lineup. And it's going to be out in center field of the 8th hole. Number 1, Brothers. And then Dunnigan's number 5 is going to be out in right field again. And in a cleaner five, Metzer, Curry, Prayer, Brothers, Crane. Got Crane 2 plays out in third base and Dunnigan. Now for the Eastern Lady Eagles. Batting in this order is going to be out in left field, number 1, Braylon Bevins. It'll be out in center field, number 14, Aubrey Quillen. We've got Kinley Bapp. She is going to be out in third base. Leah Rader pitching. Jada McLeod batting after that. She's in the ninth spot. She's in right field. Liberty Foreman and Amy Bird got the walk-off win for the Eagles last time around in the district championship competition. Libby will be playing in second base. Reese Jones coming in. She is the designated hitter for the flex player, Steve Hilton. And from there, Tammy Pollard and Lindley McAllister. And we got Bevins, Quillen, Bops, Breeder, McLeese, Foreman, Jones, Pollard, McAllister, and Helton. The starting lineup as it stands for the Eastern Lady Eagles. So we're about 12 minutes from the start of this one here at Pickerington Central High School. Here in a moment, I think we'll be able to take a break here in just a second, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to step aside and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on Total Media Sports. Give me 4 minutes if you don't mind.
Yeah. Second. So yeah, that's Waverly, Ohio, for sponsoring the 3 points.
What did you do? Have a camera on me?
Yeah.
For quality auto parts that you can trust.
I did it once at basketball, and Eric thought it was a great idea, so I figured might as well try it again. Hey, it kind of looks like our audio is still going through.
Bob's has everything
I don't know how.
to keep your ride running.
I'm muted.
Buying or selling? Let Brewster Real Estate and Auction in Waverly guide your next move. Trusted auctions, proven results. Visit brewsterauctions.com for listings and info. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your hometown partner for innovative IT solutions, web development, and tech support. Call today or visit diversiontech.com, where local service meets big results.
Do you want to stand out? Elizabeth's Custom Tees prints your ideas on shirts, hoodies, and more. From school teams to business branding or special events, we deliver vibrant custom designs with fast, friendly service. Wear your story with pride.
Looking for that old school sweet treat? Come on down to Emma's Frosty Cream in Beaver, Ohio. From soft serve cones to fresh baked pizza, Emma's is the hometown favorite. Emma's Frosty Cream. Visit today and cool down the right way.
Want to upgrade your ride with a cool design? Look no further than Graphic Creations on Beaver Pike. They're the only place in Southern Ohio to get custom car wraps, signs, and more from initial design to the final print. For more information, visit GraphicCreationsOnline.com. Graphic Creations. We wrap it, you rock it.
A special thanks to Henderson's Western Store for sponsoring our ground camera. Your support helps make all of this possible. Thank you, Henderson's.
You love your
Eastern will be batting at the top of every inning as they are the designated away team, as it's going to be Braylon Bevins, yes, out in left field, Aubrey Quillen out in center. Playing over at third base is going to be Kinley Bapst, Leah Rader pitching, Jaden McLeese in right field. Liberty Portman, a name you may have heard, got the walk-off win for the Lady Eagles. She's playing at second base. Reese Jones will not be playing defense, but is going to be a designated player, as she is going to be hitting in place of the flex player Paige Helton. And then from there, Cammie Pollard, who is going to be at shortstop, and Lindley McAllister, who's going to be behind home plate catching. So again, we've got Bevins, Quillen, Bopst, Rader, McLeese, Horman, Jones for Helton, Pollard, and McAllister. That is the lineup as it stands here for the Eastern Lady Eagles, and Eastern getting ready to start this one here in what should just be a few short minutes. And again, we're going to give you a rundown of some other games taking place, regional semifinal competition. Weather has put a damper all week into some of these games, but we're glad to say today, sunny, clear skies, which has been the exact opposite of what we've become accustomed to, and we are reminded today that the sun does exist after all. So playing, of course, West Jefferson and Eastern, but after this is going to be a follow-up game between Valley and Sugar Creek Garraway. Margaretta will play Lincoln View in regional finals. Those games were yesterday. Margaretta beating Minister 6-1, and then Lincoln View over Patrick Henry 2-0. Taking place today is going to be Tri-Village and Fayetteville Perry, and then Ada and Danville. Some games, a couple regional finals, as it's going to be Dalton playing Mogador, as Dalton defeated Jeromesville Hillsdale, and then Mogador with a 6-4 win over Columbia. As the public address announcer, it's a little bit hard to hear. Again, we are positioned just to the right of the Eastern dugout. We got a camera which is just right now on the first baseline. So with that being said, I know they do not have replays in high school softball. There is no challenge system at the high school level. But if they wanted to challenge any potential fair balls down the first baseline, well, we've got the camera that we can supply them to do just that. And a great view as well here. But I would like to apologize if I am just a bit behind on maybe some of the calls here at home plate, as, of course, the fence and dugout do separate yours truly from the batter. As first, the PA announcer beginning with the acknowledgement of Eastern. So again, Eastern is considered the away team here this evening. West Jefferson is the home team. Again, West Jeff, for those who are not familiar with them, again, they are 22-5 on the season. They have played some pretty tough teams, conference and non-conference, and those 5 losses were against some pretty good teams. They're, of course, from the central area. They're from Madison County, which is not far from the greater Columbus area, as introducing the Eastern Lady Eagles. And while they're doing this and then probably going to the national anthem afterwards, we're going to take a 4-minute break here on Total Media Sports, and we'll be back for the start of this one between the Eastern Lady Eagles and the Roughriders of West Jefferson. Don't go anywhere.
Team. They have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Pearson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interest of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all local courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the United States Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Offices today.
Thank you to Neil Eist and family for supporting the Eastern Eagles.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
At Ryle, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Football season is back, and there's no better place to gear up for game day than Sully's in the Valley, right in the heart of Beaver, Ohio. Whether you're fueling up before kickoff or celebrating a big win afterward, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Tackle your hunger with mouth-watering pizzas, hearty sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Make your next game day even better. Swing by Sully's in the Valley, where great food and great fans come together. Need timber services in Southern Ohio? Thornsberry Forest Products in Beaver buys standing timber and timberland, plus offers custom sawing, firewood, and expert tree service. Call 740-222-0070 today. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your hometown partner for innovative IT solutions, web development, and tech support. Call today or visit diversiontech.com, where local service meets big results.
Do you want to stand out? Elizabeth's Custom Tees prints your ideas on shirts, hoodies, and more. From school teams to business branding or special events, we deliver vibrant custom designs with fast, friendly service. Wear your story with pride.
Looking for that old school sweet treat? Come on down to Emma's Frosty Cream in Beaver, Ohio. From soft serve cones to fresh baked pizza, Emma's is the hometown favorite. Emma's Frosty Cream. Visit today and cool down the right way.
Want to upgrade your ride with a cool design? Look no further than Graphic Creations on Beaver Pike. They're the only place in Southern Ohio to get custom car wraps, signs, and more from initial design to the final print. For more information, visit GraphicCreationsOnline.com. Graphic Creations. We wrap it, you rock it.
A special thanks to Henderson's Western Store for sponsoring our ground camera. Your support helps make all of this possible. Thank you, Henderson's.
You love your favorite pro football team. They have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Pearson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interest of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all local courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the United States Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Offices today.
And back here at Pickerington Central High School, where we're getting ready for some high school softball competition. Again, the Eastern Lady Eagles will begin first, as it's going to be Bevins, followed by Quillen and Bapst here in the top of the first. It looks like Mannon getting some warm-up pitches in here for West Jeff. Again, leading off will be Braylon Bevins. Jenna Mannon, again, the pitcher. She is a junior for West Jeff. And you look here defensively for the Rough Riders, you got Curry catching. And then from there over in first base, McBrayer, Burgett at second, Train at third, Kincaid at short, Messer in left field, Carruthers in center field, and then Dunnigan out there in right field. The time is 2:02, so pretty close to schedule. Again, it's a nice warm one today. Sunny skies and clear sky. Sunny skies, clear skies. It is nice and warm. Again, the complete opposite of what it has been the entirety of the last couple weeks with all the rain that we have been dealing with and all the postponements. This one, of course, was postponed, was supposed to be played yesterday afternoon, but after a 24-hour wait, here we go as Braylon Bevins will make her first trip up to the plate, and we're going to begin this one right here. Again, the first appearance in the Sweet 16 for the Eastern Lady Eagles, and we're underway here in Pickerington. Mannon winds up. Her first offering is going to be fouled away. Again, it's going to be Bevins, followed by Quillen and Bobston. Again, do apologize as we are to the right side of the dugout, so if I am just a little bit behind on some of these home plate calls, I'm sure you will forgive me, as here comes the pitch to Bevan, and this one is going to be a little bit low. Ball one. Makes it a 1-1 count out of the foul ball. Back here to the plate to Bevins. Leading this one off for the Eastern Eagles, top of the first inning. Here comes Mannon again, and this one is going to be high, ball two. Right now the scoreboard is incorrect and only has 1 ball, no strikes, but the count is, if my calculations are correct, 2-1. Looks, and the pitch coming in to Bevins, and this one is going to be ball 3. So it is a 3-1 count. Just as it stands here to Braylon Bevins with Aubrey Quillen waiting on deck. A hitter's count situation to lead this one off, and we'll see what happens here. The pressure is definitely on Sweet 16 as Mannon looks. The 3-1 offering fouls this one back. Three and two, so that's a full count. Evens it out, full 3-2. And the full count pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Bevins will be struck out. Started with a bit of a hitter's count, but coming back into it is the pitcher Mannon, who's able to bring in the first K of the ball game for West Jeff. Aubrey Quillen coming in next. She is the 8-hole batter playing in center field. Quillen steps in her first at-bat. 1 down here for the Eagles on the top of the first. Pitch come to Quillen, called strike. Just within the zone, no balls, 1 strike. Good crowd here for both sides, Eastern and also for West Jeff. West Jefferson by far had the closest trip here. Eastern having about a 2-hour drive up here. Pitch coming, and that one is going to be ball 1, 1-1. Long trip up, but that's par for the course when you get to the Sweet 16 and these regional rounds. The tournament and the travel definitely starts to pick up again. State Final 4 being held over at Firestone Stadium in Akron. It is a 1-1 count. Here's pitch coming to Quillen. Caught swinging on that one. A bit of a low pitch, 1-2. So with 1 down, the count is 1-2 to Quillen. Top of the first inning. Glad you could all join us so here on Total Media Sports. Busy day of high school softball and baseball planned for you. Pitch to Quillen is going to be swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 up, 2 down for the Eagles. And that's going to be 2 strikeouts in a row here for Miss Mannon. 2 down. As looks like next up we're going to be to Babst. Babst is going to be playing, of course, out in third base defensively. It's in here to Kinley. Babst steps in for her first plate appearance, and the pitch from Mannon to Babst is going to be down the middle, strike 1. Tough teams here that you have to take on, and strength of schedule definitely picks up as you continue to make your way through the tournament. Regional semifinals, you're playing the best of the best. So no room for error on the pitch here to Babst, and that is going to be a 1-1 count. Looked like from my angle that one might have been a bit inside. So levels it out, 1 ball, 1 strike here to Kinley Babst. 2 down for the Eagles, no one on base, top of the first, and we're scoreless. Looks into Babst again, and looks like clip that one. That's going to be a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baps will step back in. Mannon looking in. Here's the windup. And that one is going to be ball 2, a little bit low. Makes it 2-2. Pickerington Central, of course, where we're here, a team out of the Ohio Capital Conference, playing here in the Central District, just of the Fairfield-Franklin County line. The 2-2 offering to Babston. This one is going to be fouled up. Catcher says she might have a play on that, and I do not think she got it. So Baps will stay here at the plate. The count remains 2-2. It was a playable ball from my angle, but the catcher there, Curry, not quite within reach. You can hear the wind. It is a bit of a windy day, and take the breeze, because when you're underneath the sun, it is scorching hot. 2-2 again, and that is going to be called strike 3. 3 up, 3 down, all 3 from Mannon strikeouts. No runs, no hits, and no West Jeff errors as we make it to the bottom of the first inning, still scoreless, and we'll be right back on Total Media Sports.
Buying or selling? Let Brewster Real Estate and Auction in Waverly guide your next move. Trusted auctions, proven results. Visit brewsterauctions.com for listings and info. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your
Back here in Pickerington as we make it to the bottom of the first inning with West Jeff coming to bat. It'll be Kincaid, Burgett, and Mannon, as Leah Rader will be in the circle pitching for Eastern. Again, catching will be McAllister, Helton at first base, Poorman at second, Babst at third, Pollard at short, Bevins in left, Quillen in center, and McLeese in right field. Hoping to also get some score updates as if we can get them, as Piketon is over at Indian Hill High School, way south of here in the Cincinnati area, taking on Arcanum, and we're hoping to get some score updates on that one from T-Fred, and also I got a couple other people keeping me in the loop. If you want to switch back and forth, both of those games are being streamed here on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel, and we would like to wish the Piketon Red Streaks the best of luck here this afternoon. Kincaid coming up to bat, the shortstop, up here against Leah Rader. And I haven't seen Rader last season and this season. She can be a dangerous pitcher. And this is coming, and this is going to be a bit high, ball 1. Again, the pressure is on. Records don't matter. Previous scores don't matter. It's go big, go home here in these regional semifinals. And anything can happen. And the pitch here from Rader looks in, fouled off. 1-1, the count to Kincaid. In bottom of the first inning, still scoreless for those just tuning in. Rader to Kincaid. That's going to be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Neither side yet to get a base runner on here yet. Of course, this is just a leadoff hitter for West Jeff. Eastern was a 1-2-3 inning, 3 straight strikeouts for Mannon 2-2 off of that swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, it was a 1-2-3 inning for the Eagles on the top of the first. All 3 went down courtesy of strikeouts, and looks in here to the leadoff hitter, and that's going to be a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes as it stands here to Kincaid. Again, Burgett waiting on deck. Looks, and Raiders full count pitch. And that is going to be ball 4. So that is going to be a walk allowed by Leah Raider. And that puts the first base runner on for the ball game for either side. And it's going to be West Jeff finding Kincaid on first. So with 1 on, courtesy of a walk from Raider. Next up is going to be Burgett, the second baseman. Raider looks, and ball 1. Might have been a little bit inside. 1-0 count. Got to be careful here. Again, we mentioned it, no room for error. Want to try to prevent base runners as little as possible. And the 1-0 pitch coming. Looks like showing bunt. Looks like might be thinking small ball. Going to try to, looks like say fouled off, as it's going to go fouled from the third baseline. So coming right back to the plate is Burgett. 1-1. So it looks like just trying to play short here. If anything, the plan trying to get Kincaid over on second base. If they get the out, they get the out, but move a runner ahead now that they've got 1 on. Raider looks, and that's going to be high and away. 2-1. Again, Kincaid hanging here on first base for the Rough Riders. Raider looks, pitch coming, and looking over. I think they're going to say that's ball 3. It is. 3-1. One of several locations will have broadcasts from this evening. Streams over at Ohio University and again in Cincinnati. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Levels it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and thankfully I have a good memory. The bulb and the scoreboard for strike 1 is out, and you can only see strike 2. Raider looks, a full count pitch, caught swinging, strike 3. Burgett strikes out, and that's going to be the first strikeout here of the afternoon for Leah Raider. And 1 still hanging on first base, as it's going to be pitcher against pitcher. Mannon coming up to the plate. Mannon already with 3 strikeouts defensively, and let's see what she can do in terms of hitting. As Raiders first offering to Mannon, caught her swing, a nice pitch from Raider, and that's a 0-1 count. You look over at Portsmouth Notre Dame playing Strasburg Franklin. Over at Ohio University, Wheelersburg in action later. Pitch coming, and that one's going to be a little bit low. And in the extended coverage area, after that, Meggs will take on Tuscarawas Valley. In the game after this one here, we will not have a broadcast of it, but the second game here in Pickerington will be Lucasville Valley up against Garaway. And the pitch coming, it looks like that's ball 2. So 2 balls there, as looks like Coach Josh Nickel is coming in from the dugout. And I think they're wanting to talk something over here just real quick, looking over. And yes, that's exactly what's going on. Coach Nickel coming in to talk to the umpire. And one thing I wanted to point out, and this is something that, just while we have a second, something that you don't see very often, is the entire Nickel family coaching here, both of the assistants, his wife and daughter, as Coach Nickel coming up and talking to the pitcher, Leah Raider, and after the conference, looks like making his way back towards the dugout. Again, Mannon at the plate with one away for West Jeff and one runner on first base. And the pitch coming to Mannon. And that pitch is going to be a strike. 2-2. Raider finding that one looked like it was just in the corner for a 2-2 count. With the even count up here against Mannon, with one out, here's the pitch and fouled away. Mannon battles for a moment, keeps this one over at the plate. Again, we're going to try to keep some score updates if we can get them this afternoon for the Piketon game, which is taking place over in Cincinnati. The only two Pike County teams left, Eastern here, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, their first regional semifinal. And this pitch coming, and this one is going to be up in the air. Looks like an opportunity here, and that is going to be caught for out number 2. And that's going to be the second out as well, the inning. As hanging on here, first base got a runner. That was reeled in by the shortstop, Cammy Pollard. So that will be F6 for the out as Messer comes up to the plate. Messer playing out in left field. The pitch from Raider to Messer is going to be ball 1. Pollard again getting that second out, though, defensively for the Eagles. Keeping that runner, Kincaid, hanging at first base. Raider looks in to Messer, pitch coming, and this is going to be a ground ball over to short, going to make the play to first, and that's going to be out number 3, leaving a base runner on. No runs, no hits, no errors. Did allow a walk, which left one on base for West Jeff. And after a complete inning of play, we're still scoreless here at Pickerington Central, and we'll be right back on Total Media Sports.
Buying or selling? Let Brewster Real Estate and Auction in Waverly guide your next move. Trusted auctions, proven results. Visit brewsterauctions.com for listings and info. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your hometown partner for innovative IT solutions, web development, and tech support. Call today or visit diversiontech.com, where local service meets big results.
Do you want to stand out? Elizabeth's Custom Tees.
Back here in Pickerington as Leah Raider comes up to the plate. Raider will be followed up by McLeese and Poorman. Back in the first, it was a 1-2-3 inning. Eagles yet to get anyone on base. Kept a base runner stranded as Leah Raider did bring in a strikeout and a couple balls out from that point. Raider does have a strikeout on the afternoon. Did allow a walk, and that was the only base runner that's been on from either side. And left runners hanging in the bottom of the first, making it still scoreless here in Pickerington. And that was a called ball 1 a moment ago to Raider, so it's a 1-0 count. Mannon looks to get back in. 1-1. That's going to be low. Ball 2. Pitch hits the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Great facility here, by the way, in Pickerington. Here, of course, in the Central District, they've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different softball fields. So hypothetically, you could have 4 games here at once. Fouled back. 2-1 the count. And I'm sure they do that. All 4 of these in perfect condition for high school softball. And a great venue as well for tournament competition. As 2-1, the count to Raider, and this is going to be fouled away, 2-2. Levels it out at 2 apiece. See if Raider can come ahead here in the battle. Mannon with the sign and the wind-up, and swing and a miss. Strike three. And you talk about a tough pitcher here, 4 in a row. Every batter struck out thus far by Mannon, the junior for West Jeff. Next up is going to be McLeese, the right fielder. Nobody on base. One out here in the second. Pitch to McLeese, and this one's going to be just fouled off down the first baseline. Big crowd here to my right, bringing in the lawn chairs. They've got plenty of seating just behind the backstop, but people bringing their lawn chairs nice and relaxed. Mostly Eastern fans to my right. Because after that, it's going to be 0-1 McLeese, and that one's up in the air, and they're calling the strike. So 0-2 the count. Already down here on strikes, 0-2. Keeping a live tally here of Mannon's pitching. Again, every batter thus far has been met with a K. The 0-2 from Mannon to McLeese. And this is going to be fouled away down third. Keeps the count holding here at 0-2. Talking about first appearance, I believe it was our 4th district finals appearance, their first district championship for the Lady Eagles of Eastern. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts now. As Liberty Poorman will come up to the plate. Again, got the game-winning hit in the district finals for the Eastern Lady Eagles over in Circleville. Game was originally scheduled to take place in Chillicothe over at Uniota, but that game, due to weather and some shuffling around of the schedule, that one got moved just a little bit down the road. Pitch coming and strike, and that's what I'm talking about, weather playing an impact on this tournament more than I've probably seen in a while. We had quite a few rainouts last season, but you know, it used to be April showers bring May flowers, but I'm not quite sure what May showers are supposed to bring. Pitch coming and swung on a miss, strike 2. 0-2 count to Poorman. Nobody on with 2 away in the top of the second inning. And the windup, and doesn't look like she got a swing on that. It's going to be looking over. They're going to check. They're calling a strike. Couldn't quite tell from this angle, but looks like that one does go against Poorman, and it was a close one, but they are indeed saying after the check swing that it is going to be strike 3. So the strikeouts continue once again, 3 up, 3 down in the second inning as we head to the bottom, still scoreless on Total Media Sports.
Buying or selling? Let Brewster Real Estate and Auction in Waverly guide your next move. Trusted auctions, proven results. Visit brewsterauctions.com for listings and info. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business.
And back here, as West Jeff coming to bat, it's going to be Curry, McBrayer, and Carruthers as we make it to the bottom of the second inning. Eastern once again met with a 1-2-3 situation as Mannon's strikeout total is now to 6. And that's going to be a bit of a low pitch, ball 1. Only one base runner allowed on either side, and it was courtesy of a walk, and that was Kincaid, the initial leadoff hitter for West Jeff. As the 1-0 pitch coming, and that's going to be called strike, 1-1. Again, bottom of the second here in Pickerington. The pitch coming here from Raider, and that one's going to be fouled away. 1-2. Raider with one strikeout. The other out's a result of a fly ball out and a 6-3. So here at the plate, a look back to Curry. The pitch coming from Raider, and that's going to be a little bit high, ball 2. Levels it out at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the winner of this will take on Valley or Sugar Creek Garaway. That game will take place after the conclusion of this one. And that is going to be ball 3. Makes it a full count. And you can hear from my angle the West Jeff dugout getting excited over this one. Regional semifinal. Pitch coming, full count. And that is going to be strike 3. Caught swinging on that, and that's going to be the second strikeout recorded on the afternoon by Raider. Now comes the first baseman, McBrayer, with one down for West Jefferson in the bottom of the second. First at bat here is making about halfway through the lineup here, the Rough Riders so far. The pitch coming from Raider, and this is going to be up in the air, playable, and it looks like that one is going to be picked up for out number 2. Fly ball out. Helton got that one, the first baseman, so it is going to be F3. Again, Helton is the flex player for Eastern. She is not hitting here this afternoon. 2 down for West Jeff, and the pitch going to be fouled back to the fence, as this is the center fielder, Carruthers, the 8-hole hitter. With an 0-1 count. Raider now to Carruthers, the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1. Nobody on base. 2 down for West Jeff in the bottom of the second. Here the West Jeff dugout cheering out Carruthers, and that is going to be called ball. 2-1. Two down, and the pitch coming to Carruthers. And here's Leah Raider, and that's going to be fouled away again. 2-2. Been fun to be able to call high school baseball and softball all spring. I'll tell you, time is a thief, and it's hard to believe we're already here to the regional semifinals. And the pitch coming, and they're saying that's going to be a little bit high for a full count. Still yet to hear an update on the Piketon game over in Cincinnati. We'll keep an eye here on my cell phone, see if we don't get any updates. Pitch coming here from Raider, and that's ball 4, the second allowed walk here by Raider. With 2 out, Carruthers finds her way on first as a result of a walk, and now we're to train the third baseman. I believe the PA announcer pronounced her last name Trine. pitch here from Raider, and looking over towards first, as looks like Carruthers might be thinking about stealing second base. It was called ball one, so it is a 1-0 count. Looks here to try 1-0. Raider looks the offering, swung on and missed, looking towards second. Are they going to be able to beat her? And yes! Out number 3, Carruthers tries to steal second base, but it looks like not quite in time, as that will be out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk allowed, and no runners left on base. And after 2 complete innings, we are still scoreless here in Pickerington, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on Total
Jordan
Media
Thornsberry
Sports.
With Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Football season is back, and there's no better place to gear up for game day than Sully's in the Valley, right in the heart of Beaver, Ohio. Whether you're fueling
Jones getting ready to come up to plate here for the Lady Eagles, the designated player, followed by Pollard and McAllister, the bottom of the lineup for Eastern, as they have been dealt here with 6 straight strikeouts. It looks like thinking Button might be able to get the tag out. Yes, that'll be out number 1 off of only 1 swing. Jones is out. Quick play there, Butt. The idea of just trying to get one quickly on first base and set the tempo, but right on top of that was the Rough Rider defense. As now coming up here to Pollard, the shortstop. After this, bottom of the order to McAllister. Pitch coming from Mannon, foul back. As the sun's starting to go down here for a moment. Nice little breeze making its way through, nice and cool from my angle. Feels relaxing. As looks into Pollard. Pitch, ball 1, 1-1. So it's a 1-1 count to Pollard. Neither side yet to bring in a run here in this one. West Jeff has had 2 base runners. Pitch looks and calling that one a ball. 2-1. Eastern right now, as we get close to the middle, and you see Pickerington Central's tent is flying away, headed for the hills and out of here. That one is rolling, rolling, rolling. As looks like it's going to be a pitch to Pollard, and that tent looks like it was actually for the ticket gate over there, and they're going to have to chase that one all the way over to Lancaster to go pick it up. It's a 2-2 count as it stands to Pollard. We got our 10-2. Hopefully we don't follow suit. Full count. 3-2 the count here to Pollard. Again, Eastern close to midway through, just looking to get base runners. Pollard's pitch, foul back. Pitch, pardon me, that was Mannon to Pollard and swung on again, foul back. As we do have an update, Piketon leads Arcanum in the bottom of the 3rd inning by a score of 2-0. Regional semifinals in Cincinnati. This is going to be swung on towards right field, where it is going to be gloved out here by the right fielder, Dunnigan, for the out. F9 puts away Pollard. That's the second out of the inning. So 2 down for Eastern, and now we're to the bottom of the lineup to McAllister. As Lindley steps in. Mannon's first offering to Lindley. McAllister gets in the zone, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 3rd inning, still scoreless. Looks pitch coming to Lindley, swung on and missed. 0-2. Again, busy day for Total Media Sports as we got Notre Dame, Wheelersburg, and Meigs, all 3 playing over at Ohio University. You can catch those streams as well. Pitch coming, and that's going to be strike 3. Caught window shopping, and that will put away the inning. 3 outs for the Eagles, and still no runs, no hits, no West Jeff errors, no runners left on base. And we make it to the bottom of the 3rd inning, still knotted up at 0 on Total Media Sports.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your hometown partner for innovative IT solutions, web development, and tech support. Call today or visit diversiontech.com, where local service meets big results.
Do you want to stand out? Elizabeth's Custom Tees prints your ideas on shirts, hoodies, and more. From school teams to business branding.
Looking for that old school sweet treat? Come on down to Emma's Frosty Cream in Beaver, Ohio. From soft serve cones to fresh baked pizza, Emma's is the hometown favorite. Emma's Frosty Cream. Visit today and cool down the right way.
Want to upgrade your ride with a cool design? Look no further than Graphic Creations on Beaver Pike. They're the only place in Southern Ohio to get custom car wraps, signs, and more from initial design to the final print. For more information, visit GraphicCreationsOnline.com. Graphic Creations, we wrap it, you rock it.
As Emma Dunnigan comes up for West Jeff, still scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Another 1-2-3 situation for Eastern. A little bit different, not in terms of strikeouts. There was only 1 strikeout on the inning, but 1-0 count as it stands here to Dunnigan. Then after this, back to the top of the order to Kincaid and Burgett. Again, for those wondering, we did get a score update. We mentioned it earlier. Piketon up 2-0 over Arcanum. Looks in, that's going to be ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. The count here to Dunnigan. Plays out in right field defensively for the Rough Riders. Leorator looks. That's going to be in the dirt and up in the air for ball 3. Hitter's count situation here for Dunnigan. 3 straight balls thrown by Leorator makes this a 3-0 count. Rader has given up 2 walks here on the afternoon. Got to be careful with how many you give up. This looks to Dunnigan. Called strike 1. That one gets in the middle. 3-1. Bouncing back in the count after that one. Eastern was able to leave, of course, 1 runner stranded, then what was a steal attempt and a tag out at second base. Raiders 3-1, looks and makes it full, 3-2. Staying in this one is Raider, full count. See what happens here, full count pitch. And that's fouled away. Battle continues here. Started as a 3-0 count. Stays full now. Raiders pitch coming, and this one's going to be up in the air, playable, and nothing on that one. Trying to glove that one, and that's just going to be a foul ball. It looks like Helton was trying to make a play on that, not quite in position. The count does remain full off of another foul ball. Raider to Dunnigan. And that's strike 3. That is K number 3 on the night for Leah Raider. Coming back in the count there again, started off 3-0. Couple foul balls, and then Raider ended up winning the battle. As to the top of the order again, Kincaid, statistically speaking, clean slate as 0 for 0 with a walk. Kincaid was walked her first time around. Now showing bunt. Looks like Raiders going to have this. Got to make the player to first. I don't think that's going to be in time. It will not. And that is the first successful hit by either side on the afternoon, as Kincaid will bring in the first base hit of the ball game. Kincaid once again finds herself on first base. Up now gets Burgett. And it looks like maybe a courtesy runner perhaps. See what's going to go on here. 2 outs. They might have changed the call on that one. Again, hard to tell from this angle we're in, seated right next to the dugout, so I am apt to miss a few things here. Again, I do apologize for that. Kincaid is at the plate. I might have been a little bit behind on the lineup as well, so I'm a little bit confused. 1-0 the count, 2 down. I could sit here confused all day, or I could keep going, and that's what I'm going to do. 1-0 the count. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Again, 2 out here for West Jeff. Looks in for the pitch. Still not quite sure what happened there, so if anyone knows, please let me know. 1-2. With 2 down. One and 2, the count here to Kincaid. Looks, pitch coming. Ball 2. 2 apiece. Two the count. Pitch coming to Kincaid. Raider and looks and fouled away. Raiders been in a similar situation, battling back and getting a strikeout. See if she can do that again with 2 away. Pitch coming to Kincaid, and this one is going to go down to the wall in left field. Kincaid is making her way over to second base, and it looks like that's going to be a double. So after the confusion, nonetheless, Kincaid is on base. She's on second, and a double racked in. And I'm thinking what might have happened now looking back on that, that might have been a foul ball. Well, maybe not. Either way, just hearing this dugout, so I am a little bit off. The pitch coming here to Burgett. That's going to be ball one. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 out here in the 3rd inning. Calls time here for a moment. Still getting some score updates in here for Piketon from T-Fred. Looks like this one over in Cincinnati at the top of the 4th has been tied up 2-2. So that's the score for Piketon and Arcanum. And that's going to be called ball. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 down. Looks as assistant coach Nickel comes out for a moment. Just hear a conference with Leah Rader. And 2 away with a runner on base. Kincaid will make her way back over to second. Looks again here to count. Raider now to Burgett. And swing and a miss. 2-1. Again, last time Maya Burgett was at bat, she did indeed strike out. The 2-1 offering from Raider will be ball 3. 3-1 count, a hitter situation again. And that runner hanging on second base. No runs scored in this one so far. 1 hit total in the ball game from either side, and it was that double from Kincaid. The 3-1 offering from Raider is going to be called strike 2. Count is full. Just inside there, 3-2 the count. Time is going to be called here for a moment. Again, count is full with 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Kincaid on second base, 2 down here in Pickerington. And pitch coming from Raider, full count and fouled away. Battling on this one, 3-2. Raider looks once again the full count pitch. And this one's going to be up in the air, fouled away, and this one might actually come close to our tent. And it did. It came just immediately to the left of us, not within reach, and I don't have a catcher's glove, and I don't think I'm an eligible player either. So that wouldn't have counted either way you throw it. Count is still full, another foul ball as they bring the balls back into play. Raider to Burgett, full count, and this is going to be a ground ball, and that might actually score a run as looks over to home. Does she get the tag? And I can't tell, and I think she did. Knocked. One to nothing, West Jeff. So Kincaid will be safe at home, and that is the first run scored of the ball game. West Jeff does take a 1-0 lead over Eastern, and looks, and are they intentionally walking Mannion? Nonetheless, she finds her way on to first base, and that's an RBI, by the way, an RBI double for Burgett. So Mannon's going to be on first, and I think that might have been intentional. Nonetheless, 2 on with 2 out. Got to be careful here, as we're next to lineup should be to Messer. Messer looks, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, the count here to Messer. Eastern defensively just has to find their way out of the inning. Pitch looks 0-1, and this is going to be fouled back, 0-2. Been hanging at 2 outs for a while, but I've seen ball games where 10 runs or more have been scored with a 2-out situation. Stranger things have happened. Raider looks, pitch coming. And this is going to be up in the air, and that's out number 3. 2 hits and 1 run with no Eastern errors, and we've played 3 complete innings. The score is now West Jefferson 1, Eastern nothing, and we'll be right back for the 4th on Total Media Sports.
Looking for quality auto parts that you can trust? Well, head to Bobst Auto Parts and Salvage, serving the community since 1978. From hard-to-find used parts to new components, Bobst has everything that you need to keep your ride running right.
Buying or selling? Let Brewster Real Estate and Auction in Waverly guide your next move. Trusted auctions, proven results. Visit brewsterauctions.com for listings and info. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Back here in Pickerington, where West Jeff scored a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and now it's Roughriders 1, Eastern nothing, with the Lady Eagles coming back to bat. Should be, if I'm correct. Yes, back to top of the order, Braylon Bevins, followed by Quillen and Bapst. 0 for 1 is Bevins. She was dealt a strikeout back in the 1st when she led off. And the pitch is coming, fouled back. In pitching here is Mannon. And Mannon has had herself quite an afternoon. She has 7 strikeouts and counting. Good pitching, and then a couple big hits there, finally breaking the drought in the 3rd. For West Jeff, and the pitch coming, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here, and again, thank you all for hanging here with us on Total Media Sports on this nice afternoon. Quite a nice sunny day. Don't know how many of those we're going to get with all the rain we've had, so take advantage of it. Ball 2, 2-1. Again, the score here, West Jefferson 1, Eastern nothing. Mannon's pitch to Bevins. Ball 3. Hitters count here for Braylon Bevins. Looks in. Manning gets instructions from the dugout. Now the pitch coming. Called strike. Full count. 3-2. The offering coming to Bevins. That's going to be close, and ball 4. And that is the first allowed walk here for West Jeff on the afternoon. And a base runner is finally on for the Lady Eagles. It comes off of a walk allowed by Mannon. So Braylon Bevins is on first base. Coming up next is Aubrey Quillen. Quillen, the lefty, steps up to the plate. Pitch coming. This is going to be fouled back. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The count here to Quillen. 0 for 1, dealt a strikeout earlier. That was, again, back in the first inning. Pitch to the center fielder, Quillen, fouled away. Once again, 0-2. That one beyond the West Jeff dugout, makes it an 0-2 count. Seeing 0-2, the count to Quillen. Nobody out with a runner on base for Eastern. The offering to Quillen. That's going to be high and away, and that looks like a wild pitch. Bevins will make her way on to second base. 1-2. A costly pitch there. Again, we were talking about Mannon and her pitching. Means she's allowed a walk in this inning. Now a wild pitch, which advances Bevins over to second. So the 1-2 count. Again, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Quillen. It's going to be up in the air and fouled away again. Again, we're right along the first baseline, so it can be a little bit hard to see down third, but that one clearly fouled off. 1-2. So the count does hold here to Aubrey Quillen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Quillen looks, and this one not quite within reach. Got a little bit of that one, but they are still saying not fair enough. So Quillen will make her way right back to the plate. Quillen here again, still with this 1-2 count. Pitch, and that looks like it was fouled again. Mannon steps back in. Quillen continues to battle here with a runner on second. Low pitch. Catches one there, ball 2. So the count is now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, keep mentioning it. Nobody out here for Eastern with base runners on. Good opportunity if you're the Eagles. Pitch coming to Quillen. Fouled back. Credit, though, to Quillen with this battle here. Not going down without a fight. Quite a few foul balls in this battle alone. Again, Quillen is 0 for 1. She was struck out earlier. Hoping for Lightning not to strike again. Mannon to Quillen, 2-2. Foul ball. Foul ball city right now, 2-2. Quillen will come back in the box. And the pitch coming from Mannon, 2-2. And that is going to be, I think they're saying, ball 3. Full count. So now it's a 3-2 offering as it stands here to Quillen. Again, nobody out. Runner on second base for Eastern. Looks pitch coming, swung on and missed. Doesn't quite come on the winning end of that battle. That'll be a called strikeout, but that'll be the first out of the inning. Still a little bit of breathing room here for Eastern. Next up is going to be Bapst. Kenley Bapst comes back to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Seems to be a recurring theme. This early lineup again, those early strikeouts from Mannon did some damage here to the Eastern stat line. And here's the pitch. And that one looks like it is going to be fouled away. See some fans down on the other side, and could have brought a catcher's glove, could have kept a souvenir. No fence looks like past a certain point way down towards left field at the very end of the third baseline. As looks back here to Bapst. It's an 0-1 count. Pitch coming. Ball 1. 1-1. As again, Bevins is hanging on second base. With 1 out, 1-0 West Jefferson. Looks to pitch to Bapst. Is going to be ball 2. So it's a 2-1 count. That's how Bevins got on. It was a loud walk. Looks at the windup coming, and it is going to be ball 3 in the dirt. As looking back over to second, thought maybe she had an opportunity, did not go and stays, of course. She realizes and stays over at second base. So 3-1 the count here to Kenley Bapst. Mannon with a 3-1, and this is going to be high up in the air. It's going to be playable, and that will be out number 2. Burgett is able to reel that one in. That'll be F4. Fly ball to second. Leah Rader due next. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. So Junior Mannon looks in for the pitch. Here it is to Rader, and that is going to be a bit high, ball 1. And the offering. That's going to be away, and that's going to be an opportunity for Braylon Bevins to be only 90 feet from the tying run. Bevins able to get on third as a result of a wild pitch. She was walked to first. The wild pitch allowed Bevins to move to second, and yet another wild pitch brings her even closer to the tying run. As Leah Rader here, a big hit would go a long way with 2 down. It is a 2-0 count. Pitch to Rader. That's away into the dirt. An opportunity to score, and we're tied. Bevins scores. Wild pitches bring her around the bases and bring her home. It's 1-1. Tie ball game as we have it here. And that one right there, a big must-need run if you're Eastern. West Jeff had a good hitting inning back in the third. And now it is a tie ball game situation here. Eastern showing a heartbeat in the 4th inning. Again, Raiders still at the plate. Still an opportunity with a 3-0 count. Still some room for damage. Again, we are tied. 1-1. The pitch coming from Quillen the Raider. Called strike. 3-1. Still ahead of the count, a hitter's count situation for Raider. As looks pitch coming, foul back, makes it full. Unique situation where Eastern gets a run without even getting a hit here in this one. Looks to Raider, full count, and that's called strike three to put away the inning, but not before the Lady Eagles were able to get a run, but again, no hits. It was all brought in as a result of wild pitch and also a walk. And that leads to a 1-1 score heading into the bottom of the fourth inning, and we'll be right back on Total Media Sports.
Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your hometown partner for innovative IT solutions, web development, and tech support. Call today or visit diversiontech.com, where local service meets big results. Looking for that old school sweet treat? Come on down to Emma's Frosty Cream in Beaver, Ohio. From soft serve cones to fresh baked pizza, Emma's is the hometown favorite. Emma's Frosty Cream. Visit today and cool down the right way.
Want to upgrade your ride with a cool design? Look no further than Graphic Creations on Beaver Pike. They're the only place in Southern Ohio to get custom car wraps, signs, and more from initial design to the final print. For more information, visit GraphicCreationsOnline.com. Graphic Creations, we wrap it, you rock it.
A special thanks to Henderson's Western Store for sponsoring our ground camera. Your support helps make all of this possible. Thank you, Henderson's.
Back here at Pickerington Central, where Eastern ties it up, now heading to the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-1. Curry followed by McBrayer and Carruthers. That's the lineup in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch coming, showing bunt, pulls back, and that'll be called ball one. It looks like just trying to get base runners here. It was good hitting inning back in the third. A couple big hits allowed by West Jeff. But an interesting situation where a walk and three wild pitches tie it up. And that's going to be fouled back 1-1. Something you definitely don't see every day, but it does keep Eastern in this one, tied at 1. Curry is 0 for 1, struck out earlier by Raider. The 1-1 count. And that one's a bit high. That was back in the second inning. So it's a 2-1 count. The pitch coming to Curry, 2-1, strike two. Caught swinging on that one. Levels it at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Just starting the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitch, and that's going to be high and way away. Full count. That one just so high up, not even the catcher, Lindley McCollister, could reel it in on the wild side there. Fortunately for Eastern, no base runners on. As Curry looks in, the full count pitch, ball four. So Curry gets on as a result of a walk. That is the third walk here of the ball game as I got it for Leah Raider. As McBrayer comes up next. Nobody out. Runner already on first for West Jefferson. Thus far, when it comes to walks, Eastern's been able to leave them stranded. Pitch coming. This is going to be a ground ball. Looks over to first, and that one's going to get away. And looks like an opportunity. Going to make his way to third and going to potentially score. And yes, it's going to be 2-1 West Jeff. That ball just way too far away. A big miscalculation there by Eastern. gives up the leading run. Yeah, it looks like I spoke a little too soon. They're going to hang over at third base. Looks like they had said they had her stop, and that one, looking over the dugout for a second, I think that's what they're going to confer about what exactly is going on with the situation a moment ago. You seen her make her way around home and then went back over towards third. Not sure quite what the call is, but nonetheless, at the moment it is still tied at 1-1 while they're talking this out. And it looks like conference over at Coach Nickel, and yeah, it looks like that's what happened. So spoke a little soon. It looked like she was going towards home, but decided to go back towards, so she's at third, talking over here in the dugout, but nonetheless, we are still tied. I do apologize for that. Looks like they do take back the run. It is going to be on third base instead. So Curry is going to find her way on the third. McBrayer is going to be at second. So that will settle that. We're still tied for the moment. Showing Button. I'm not quite sure that one's fair. It is not. Fouled away. Shows cheering here is, again, should be no one count, one down, by the way. So yes, one out. It looks like Coach talking, looking over at the umpire, and nonetheless, that's going to be called out. Train will make her way up. It's trying, rather. Looks into trying, and that is going to be ball one. Nonetheless, again, having a hard time seeing home plate from my angle, but either way, we are tied here at 1-1 with one down. Raiders pitch looks showing bunt, but that's going to hit the dirt. Ball two. Pitch to Trine, and ball three. So after that ball three, looks like Arcanum is up 4-3. Top of the seventh innings, Red Streaks hitting, and a big opportunity for Piketon, and that's going to be a walk right there. So that'll put Trine on first base. Piketon trailing. The last call for Piketon. We'll see if we get a score on that one. See if the Red Streaks can keep it alive over there. But back here we got runners on first, second, and first and second, and third base. So bases are loaded. Bases loaded for West Jeff. Looks in, and that is going to be ball one. Again, one out. So West Jeff in prime position to do some damage. The Eastern defense really going to have to step up here. Cannot allow any more walks, especially right now. That was the fourth allowed walk by Raider. Definitely can't allow one bases loaded. That'd be a go-ahead run. Now it's going to be 2-0. Again, Lacey Dunnigan hitting right now for West Jeff. Bases loaded for the Rough Riders with a 2-0 count. Raider looks. Pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases full of Rough Riders with only 1 down. The 2-1 pitch coming, and looks like that is going to be ball 3. So 3-1 with an opportunity for a go-ahead run to possibly score if they do allow another ball. Raider looks at the 3-1 count to Dunnigan. Big pitch coming. Here it is, swing and a miss, makes it full. 3-2. Again, still hanging here with one out. Eastern's just got to find their way out of the inning. Still tied at the moment at 1 run apiece. Full count pitch, and this is going to be fouled back. Keeps Dunnigan at the plate. Count stays 3-2. Again, a nice day for high school softball out here in Pickerington. Great facility. I'd also like to thank the administration here for their hospitality, keeping us an open space here adjacent to the dugout. Not really any press box room, a rather small press box. And that's going to be called strike 3 and a big strikeout to Dunnigan. But we're able to set out here, and just glad we're able to be out here for some high school softball regional semifinal action. And 2 down thus far as Dunnigan is out. Bases loaded, and Eastern looking to keep it that way if they can. Top of the order should be. This is going to be top of the order to Kincaid. Pitch coming and swing and a miss. Into the top of the lineup. Kincaid is 1 for 1. She did get herself a double earlier. So it is an 0-1 count to Kincaid after that. Raider looks to Kincaid. That's going to be high, ball 1, 1-1. 2 outs here. Bases loaded for West Jeff. Looking here again. An even 1-1 count to the initial leadoff hitter, Kincaid. Pitched in, and that's going to be right in the zone. Strike 2, 1-2. A big pinch right there by Leah Rader. Again, the bases loaded, 2 down. An opportunity right here defensively for the Lady Eagles to get out of a big situation. 1-2, the count coming here to Kincaid, and this is going to be fouled back again. Keeps this battle going. We know she can hit. Again, got that double. And then after that, Burgett followed it up with an RBI to score Kincaid. So Kincaid is the reason why West Jeff, plus, of course, Burgett, has their 1 run in this one. As you see just behind us, the Garraway crowd starting to come in. That's the game following this one. Sugar Creek, Garraway, and Lucasville Valley. Pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike 3, a big strikeout by Leah Rader. Leaves bases loaded, and the score remains 1-1 after 4 complete innings. And we'll be right back for the top of the 5th on Total Media Sports.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
And back here, and Leah Rader coming through when Eastern needs her the most. West Jefferson had bases loaded, tied at 1, and a potential opportunity to reassume the lead. Eastern keeping it at a 1-1 score as we are now into the top of the 5th inning with the Lady Eagles coming back to bat. And if I'm correct here, I have to double check the book. I believe it might be McLeese, Portman, and Jones, if I'm correct. Yes, it's going to be Jaden McLeese, Liberty Portman, and Reese Jones. I'm right. Final score, Arcanum 4, Pike Piketon 3. So Piketon has been knocked out in regional semifinals over in Cincinnati, but what a run the Red Streaks had this year. Another regional appearance, 2 straight district titles in a row. Nothing to be ashamed of there. So congratulations to Piketon and all their outgoing seniors as well on another phenomenal season. 0-1 the count here at the plate to McLeese. Again, top of the 5th inning. As the pitch coming from Mannon. It's going to go through an opportunity here. It looks like it's going to be a 5-3 putout. McLeese is down. Up next is Poorman. So Libby will step in with 1 down. Tied here at 1. Pitch coming from Mannon to Poorman. Looks like I got a little bit of that one. Fouls it back. No balls, 1 strike. Again, top of the 5th inning, tied at 1. And looks like that is going to be fouled. So I clipped that one a little bit, so it is an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. The count here to Liberty Poorman. Looks, pitch, ball 1. Bit low. Makes it 1-2. Again, 1 already down here as McLeese went out from the 5-3 putout. It's Poorman waiting. The 1-2 from Mannon, and that's going to be strike 3. Poorman will be struck out, and the K's keep it coming for Mannon. And that is strikeout number 10 on the night for her. As Jones comes up next, 2 up, 2 down thus far in the 5th inning for the Eastern Eagles. Again, tied here with 2 down. Mannon looks into the designated player, Jones, and that will be called strike. So it is going to be 0-1. Eastern looking for instant base runners. Nobody on with 2 down. Tie ball game. Pitch coming from Mannon to Jones. Swung on and missed. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The count here. Looks into Jones, and that will be called ball, looks like. Ball 1, 1-2. From my angle, might have been a little bit inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, after this will be Valley and Garraway. We'll not have a broadcast of that one, but the winner of that game will play the winner of this game tomorrow in regional finals, and those will take place back here in Pickerington. The count right now is 2-2. Called ball 2 a moment ago there on Jones. Mannon looks in. Again, an even 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 to put away the inning. Strikeout number 11 for Mannon. And that leaves us tied here heading into the bottom of the 5th. Eastern 1, West Jefferson 1. And we'll be right back in just a minute on Total Media Sports.
Thank you to Neil Eist and family for supporting the Eastern Eagles.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
Looking for quality auto parts that you can trust? Well, head to Bobst Auto Parts and Salvage, serving the community since 1978. From hard-to-find used parts to new components, Bobst has everything that you need to keep your ride running right.
Back here and due up next for West Jeff will be Burgett, followed by Mannon and Messer. And, well, like I said, last time West Jeff came up to bat, it was a bases-loaded situation. Could not get that leading run back. Left it 1-1. And if you're Eastern right now, you need another defensive inning to get out of the fifth and keep this one tied. Eastern coming out of what was a very quick top of the fifth inning. Looks pitch coming, and that will be ball one. And Burgett followed by Mannon and Messer. Again, for those wondering as well, keeping track of other scores again, we mentioned it, but Arcanum knocks off Piketon 4-3 over at Indian Hill High School in Cincinnati. And the pitch, that will be ball two. 2 balls, no strikes, and looked like a little bit of a close pitch. So it's going to be 2-0 the count. As Raider looks in, the 2-0 offering. Ball 3. A little bit low. Already a hitter's count. Burgett is 1 for 2, 50% on the night. The last time she came up to bat was an RBI double, a strikeout way back in the first. So Raider looks in, 3-1, and that's going to be ball 4 off of only 4 pitches. Another walk allowed by Leah Raider. And that's going to be the 5th walk allowed by Raider this afternoon. Manning coming up next. Already a base runner on for the Roughriders. Pitch looks, and that's going to be away, and a wild pitch will move Burgett up to second. And a 1-0 count at the plate. Sticking here to Leah Raider, who always the go-to starting pitcher for Eastern. But you got to wonder if a conference may eventually happen if things continue at the rate in which they're going. They've already went up and talked to Raider a couple times, but don't know what we got in terms of pitching depth. And looks in and looks like, again, not going to take any chances on Mannon. So Mannon will be immediately sent to first base. Burgett on second. Not going to give that one any thought. Is now to Messer. Runners on first and second for West Jeff. Pitch coming to Messer. Called strike. 0-1 the count. I mentioned that, but also on the flip side, when we were talking about the bases loaded situation, it was that strikeout from Raider to Kincaid, which put away the side. Raider looks in, and here's the pitch. That's a bit high and away, but McAllister on top of that one, looking over towards second base. Nobody out here for West Jeff. Messer batting with Curry on deck. Looks in. Fouled away. So it's going to be a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second base for West Jefferson. Mannon. Or it's Curry at the plate, my bad. I misspoke earlier. It's Messer right now than Curry, that's right. The Mannon was intentionally walked over to first. So yes, I was right. 2-2 the count. Here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Needing that crucial first out in the inning. As Raider winds it up, and this is going to be ground ball over to third. Got to make the play to first. That's going to be the out, and I think that's going to bring in 2 outs. Double play. You hear the approval from the Eastern fans. That's 2 outs off of a double play. The 5-3 brings out 2. So 2 down for West Jeff, and a big defensive play for the Lady Eagles as Babs completes the play over to Helton at first. Big situation. Swing and a miss, 0-1. A runner still hanging at second base. Manning at second. No 1 count with 2 down. Here's the pitch. Not quite the reach. Looking at a third tag, and they're saying safe. Looks like Manning will steal third base safely. Good reflexes, just not quite in time as she just got on the back. So the leading run on third base for West Jeff with 2 down. Raider looks, pitch coming, showing button. That's going to be a wild pitch. No. Instead, it's going to be a hit by pitch, as it looks like it actually got a little bit of a hitter there. So it's going to be runners on the corners now for West Jeff after they hit by pitch. Curry will be hit, so she's going to make her way on to first base. And now to should be to McBrayer. She got on, of course, last time she was on was the result of an Eastern error, which made her all the way over to second base. Can't allow anything like that right now. Again, runner on third. A double play by Eastern to get the 2 outs. And pitch looks fouled away. 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, tie ball game with 2 outs here for West Jeff in the bottom of the 5th. As the Raider looks in here to McBrayer, the 0-1 count. And this is going to be up in the air. Playable perhaps. Over at first, drops it. And looks like gonna be, looks like called situation. You're saying foul ball. It would be a foul ball because it was behind the first baseline. Don't know what that means. They're bringing them all in. And I think what they're going to say is that's going to be, trying to figure this one out. Runner still on first and third. And that's going to be the end of the inning. They do count the out. So sorry for the confusion. After 5 complete innings, we're still tied at 1 on Total Media Sports.
Looking for quality auto parts that you can trust? Well, head to Bobst Auto Parts and Salvage, serving the community since 1978. From hard-to-find used parts to new components, Bobst has everything that you need to keep your ride running right.
Buying or selling? Let Brewster Real Estate and Auction in Waverly guide your next move. Trusted auctions, proven results. Visit brewsterauctions.com for listings and info. Legal challenges? Chase Brown Law provides dedicated, personalized legal services to guide you through. Chase Brown Law, your advocate for justice and peace of mind.
Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver offers compassionate, dignified services when you need them most. We provide full burial and cremation options, pre-planning, and personalized memorials, all delivered with genuine care and local support for your family.
Back here in the 6th inning, and a bit of a confusing situation for those who watched in the bottom of the 5th, but umpire's discretion does count that as the 3rd out. So now we're to the top of the 6th, and we are still tied here at Pickerington Central. And Eastern once again with an opportunity, getting out of 2 tough situations. That time runners on the corners, bases loaded before that. I'd also like to shout out the viewers that we had over in the live chat. One of them said they had their kids go to West Jeff and Eagle at heart, so it looks like they've got stakes in both of these teams, Central District and the Southeast District. is coming up to bat. Here's a pitch, and this is going to be a ground ball over to third. Should just be a basic 5-3, and it is. As quickly Pollard is out. So it's Pollard and followed by McAllister and Bevins. Eastern still looking for that elusive hit. Got the run scored again by a rather unconventional means. For those who missed it, a walk followed by 3 wild pitches, not consecutively, but as the inning progressed. As again at the plate here is Lindley McAllister, followed by Braylon Bevins. Here's the pitch, looks in, going to be ground ball, going to be picked up by the pitcher, looks over to first base, and it's going to be a 1-3 this time. Went from a 5-3 to a 1-3, 2 putouts, 2 up, 2 down in quick fashion for the Lady Eagles in the top of the 6th. As Braylon Bevins comes up, she is 0 for 1 with a walk. She was walked back in the 4th inning. Eastern, as I have it here in my book, unofficially still without a base hit in this one. As Mannon's pitch looks into Bevins and going to go over to first base and way ahead of Bevins for another putout. So that quickly puts away the inning. No runs, no hits, and no West Jeff errors. And now to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 1, and we'll be right back on Total Media Sports.
Looking to take your business to the next level? Diversion Technology in Piketon, Ohio is your hometown partner for innovative IT solutions, web development, and tech support. Call today or visit diversiontech.com, where local service meets big results. Looking for that old school sweet treat? Come on down to Emma's Frosty Cream in Beaver, Ohio. From soft serve cones to fresh baked pizza, Emma's is the hometown favorite. Emma's Frosty Cream. Visit today and cool down the right way.
Want to upgrade your ride with a cool design? Look no further than Graphic Creations on Beaver Pike. They're the only place in Southern Ohio to get custom car wraps, signs, and more from initial design to the final print. For more information, visit GraphicCreationsOnline.com. Graphic Creations, we wrap it, you rock it.
You love your favorite.
Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. The score, Eastern 1, West Jefferson 1. As looks like it's going to be Crothers up next, followed by Trine and Dunnigan, the bottom of the lineup for West Jeff. The pitch coming here from Raider, and that's going to be ball 1. Crothers is 0 for 1 with a walk. As I have it here, unofficially in the book, a 1-0 count at the plate. Raider looks into Crothers. Now be a little bit low, ball 2. So it is a 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes. Still looking for a run on both sides on a bit of a drought since scoring 1 apiece. Called strike, 2-1. That one right within reach. 2 balls, 1 strike. In bottom of the 6th. Eastern just has to hold again and get another opportunity in the 7th. Pitch looks, and that breaking ball is going to be called strike 2. 2-2. Good pitch here by Leah Raider, evening it out of 2 apiece. Raider looks into Crothers. That one's going to get away. Count is full. So now 3-2. Full count, nobody out. Raider into Crothers. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be just a bit high, ball 4. And Crothers will be walked. Another walk by Leah Raider. And that is the 6th walk of the ball game. compared unofficially to 5 strikeouts. But Eastern's defense still finding ways through, but nonetheless, Crothers is going to be on first base in what is a big bottom of the 6th inning. Tie ball game situation. Send to a trine, and that's going to be fouled back. Saying heads up. And just out of reach there. It's going to be an 0-1 count. Raider just not getting ahead of some of these battles. Luck just not falling on her side completely either. And that was going to be bunted and looks like over to first and cannot handle it. It's going to be an error at first. And looks like runners are going to be on the corners as Crothers is now going to be on third. On first base is going to be Trine. So I'm going to have to count that as an error, but runners on first and third base with nobody out in a tie ball game. Should be now to Dunnigan. As it looks like a courtesy runner coming in for West Jeff, as this is at first base, Kyra Hall, number 33. Her first appearance in this ball game. She's now at first base. Eastern looking for outs. Right now, West Jeff has plenty of room to work. As Dunnigan, the left-handed batter, comes in. And here's the pitch from Raiders. She is showing bunt. They got to get over to home. That's going to be a run scored. It looks over to third, tags, and safe. Runner on second base as well. It is going to be 2-1 West Jefferson. So West Jeff takes the lead, and it looks like Coach Josh Nickel having a conference over in the circle, or instead he might looks like he's actually going over the umpire. I think they're talking about possibly what happened over at third, but to no avail. Now coming back this way. So no conference with the pitcher, rather talking to the third base umpire. As it stands right now, nobody out. Runners on second and third for West Jeff. A run has been scored. As you hear the West Jeff crowd and dugout, you hear it now, a big one right there in the bottom of the 6th, and they're letting you hear it. As looks in now, it's going to be a Kincaid. As runners again still at second and third. 1 ball, no strikes. The count here to Kincaid. Eastern has to be careful to avoid any further damage, allowing the leading run to come in. And again, top of the order here, Kincaid. Here's the pitch from Raider, and this is going to be fouled away. 1-1. One ball, one strike. The count as it stands here to Kincaid. And the pitch. That one gets right down the middle. Strike 2. 1-2, the count at the plate. Runners on second and third. Still looking for that first out. And the pitch. Strike 3. Caught swinging there for the first out of the inning. Out of Burgett. Stands in here. Raiders' first offering. 1 for 2 with a walk on the night, by the way. That was called ball 1. The lone hit for Burgett, again, we mentioned it earlier, was an RBI double, which scored Kincaid. That was the first run scored of the ball game. And looks, pitch coming to Burgett, and this one's going to go way back towards the wall, and that's going to score one run, and I think it's going to score both. Yes, runner's going to make a way over to third, and Burgett slides in, but that's 2 runs in. It's now 4-1 West Jeff. An RBI triple, bringing in 2 runs. Burgett may have just sealed the deal for her being the player of the game. And Manning comes in again. It's 4-1 West Jeff with only 1 out. Raiders pitch coming. That's the thing, maybe exhaustion might also be a factor. That is clubbed by Lindley McCollister for out number 2. Good hustle by Lindley. So 2 down here for West Jeff, but thus far have brought in 3 runs. So Eastern going to have a bit of an uphill battle as they still do not have any hits going into the 7th, trying to prevent any further damage. And that one's going to be a swing and a miss. As Messer at the plate. Again, runner on third base. Looks the windup from Raider, and this is going to be fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. No balls, 2 strikes, rather, pardon. 0-2, again 2 down. So 0-2. 0-2 as Raider looks in, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Is able to get out of the inning, but not before West Jeff does some significant damage, putting up 3 runs, and the last call coming for the Eagles. Eastern needs something big as we head into the top of the 7th here on Total Media Sports.
Favorite pro football team. They have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Pearson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interest of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all local courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the United States Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Offices today.
Thank you to Neil Eist and family for supporting the Eastern Eagles.
Back here for the top of the 7th inning with the Eastern Lady Eagles coming to bat. And it's a last call situation as West Jefferson was able to rack up 3 runs there in the 6th inning. Now it's a 4-1 ball game, West Jeff. So Eastern, again, they were able to get a run in as a result of some pitching difficulties. Again, that was a walk and then some wild pitches which kept advancing base runners. But now it's a situation here where Eastern is going to have to try to break this hitting drought that they're on if they want to stand a chance to get these 3 runs in. Definitely a doable situation, but Eastern's going to have to try to get themselves a few hits. Coming up first, Aubrey Quillen. It'll be Quillen, Babst, and Raider due up here in the 7th inning. And if you're Eastern, you're hoping those are not the only 3 that come to the plate. Mannon's pitch to Quillen. It's going to be a ground ball, an opportunity for at first, and she's going to be safe. And we talk about it's the first one in the ball game for Eastern. Quillen gets on first. Setting the tempo here, runner on first base in quick fashion. Now we're to Kinley Babst. So 1 on, nobody out, top of the 7th inning. Eastern needs 3 runs for this one to continue. Pitch coming, and this is going to be high up in the air. Babst is going to be all the way out to right field, and the sun not quite a factor. That is going to be a fly ball out to right. Dunnigan will glove that. So it's going to be F9 as we're going to have to rule that one out. Sun is shining bright there in the outfield, but again, able to at least get a good enough eye on that one. Leah Rader up next. Pitcher against pitcher. Rader up with one down and one on base. Manning to Rader. Going to be called strike one. So no one count. That one right down the middle. No balls, one strike. And the pitch coming from Manning to Rader. That's up in the dirt and away. And that's going to be an opportunity there for Aubrey Quillen off the pass ball to get to second base. So Quillen makes her way on second. Rader remains at the plate. She is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 strikeouts. Still looking for pay dirt. Now would be a good time for one. With only one out, fouled back. 1 and 2. Getting that runner on second base. Eastern needs runs in any way they can get them to stay alive in this one. Is back here to the plate to Leah Rader. Manning looks, gets the sign, pitch coming, swung on and missed. And that's strike 3, 2 down. 2 out with 1 on. And next up is going to be McLeese. 2 putouts and a strikeout, making her 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Rather, pardon me. 1 putout and 1 strikeout, so she's 0 for 2. Nonetheless, McLeese coming up with 2 outs and a runner on second base. Backs against the wall here. Here's the pitch from Manning to McLeese. Gonna be a ground ball, gonna get through Manning. Just gotta get over to first, ball game. And that will be out number 3, and that will do it. And West Jeff wins by a score of 4-1, knocks the Lady Eagles out of postseason, but not before Eastern picks up their first ever school district championship. Nothing to be ashamed of this season, so congratulations to the Lady Eagles. Also, congratulations to West Jefferson. They will move on to play the winner of the game that follows this, and we got some other stream people wanting to come in here for the Garaway crowd, so we're going to make this real quick. We're going to keep it right here and wrap it up again. 4-1 the final score, and we'll take on the winner of Lucasville Valley and Sugar Creek Garaway, and just wanted to congratulate Eastern here on what has been a phenomenal season. No love lost. I mean, when you get to regional semifinals, it's a good year. When you get your first school district championship, all the better, and it's been a good year thus far, and Eastern right there. So nonetheless, Eastern seals the deal. And it's going to be the end of the season for the Lady Eagles, and also a shout out to all the outgoing seniors. So nonetheless, the final score here, West Jefferson 4, Eastern 1. Would like to thank my producer, Dylan Euler. So this is Hayden Millikan saying good night, God bless, and we'll see you next time on